Welcome to Zoned Again, the Rod Serling story. Hi, I'm Rod Serling. You remember me. I was host and creator of the original TV series called The Twilight Zone. Each week I took you out of your living room and into the realm of infinite dreams and possibilities. But the strangest story of the Twilight Zone was never told. It was about me and my life. I could never tell you the story while I was living it. But now that I've passed away to the other side of the Twilight Zone, it all seems so clear to me now. This is Binghamton, a small town in upstate New York. I grew up here. I returned here often in my dreams, when I paged through my scrapbook, when I walked through small town sets on studio backlots. On The Twilight Zone, I wrote episodes where the hero would return to his hometown to find everything and everyone just as he had left them. Rod, I'm your wife. Come to sleep already. It's past midnight. You're falling asleep at the typewriter. I'm writing a play for TV. Don't bother me now, Carol, or I'll lose my train of thought. Train? You're so tired you couldn't tell the engine from the caboose. Just a few more minutes, honey.
I'm the sponsor. Your script's great, except for a few minor changes.
Sure, I'm flexible, as long as it's just minor.
Well, the black man who gets lynched, we have to change him to a white foreigner.
What? But it's based on the real lynching of a real black man, Emmett Till. I'm trying to make a statement about the ridiculous bigotry that goes on in the South.
Oh, that's the other minor change, Rod. We have the story's location moved to New England.
What? That destroys everything I'm trying to say.
No, the spirit's still there, the spirit of what you're trying to say.
Spirit schmearit. Why do these changes have to be made?
Well, the sponsor's afraid of a boycott of his products in the South.
Why are they sponsoring a show of hard-hitting drama if they're afraid of their own shadow? Drama is supposed to make a statement.
Well, the statement will have to be about a foreigner getting lynched in New England.
Drama doesn't exist in a vacuum. Why don't they sponsor something safe, like a baseball game, which they can't change?
Look, Rod, the sponsor's name is on the show. They sponsor it every week. They practically own it. What they say goes.
Carol, I don't know how I let the sponsor do that to me. What could you have done, Rod? You wanted to sell your play. You wanted to get your statement against prejudice aired on TV. You had to give in. But there's no statement left. The play's been emasculated. And this isn't the first time it's happened. All of my plays have had extensive rewrites because of the networks and the sponsors. I can't take it anymore. Rod, you've got to keep writing, and you've got to keep fighting. I'm going to keep fighting the sponsors, but it's going to be a tough battle because it is the sponsor's show. But I'm going to fight for every line of the script, every theme that I can get through. That's it, honey. Stay tough. And I have an idea for a new play. It'll be about a washed-up fighter who won't give up, based on my Army experiences in boxing. I'll call it Requiem for a Heavyweight. I won an Emmy for Requiem for a Heavyweight, and I still have to fight a sponsor?
That broad smoking a cigarette in a sexy way, she's going to have to go.
What's wrong with it? I thought it was a good, sensual moment.
Not sensual, sexy, and dirty. I'm the sponsor. P&M Cigarettes. We can't have such smut associated with our good, clean, wholesome product.
Listen, I smoke your cigarettes, and I know what they do to my body with their tar and nicotine, and it's not very clean and wholesome.
Who are you, from the Food and Drug Administration?
I'm the writer of this show.
I know. So rewrite the scene.
You can take your P&M cigarettes and go to hell. Putting my dreams on TV. I created a TV series of my own, of stories where you can't tell where reality ends and the fantasy begins. It'll be about ordinary people who find themselves in extraordinary circumstances. And the best fantasy is I'll be my own boss. I'll be able to say whatever I want about society, because a Martian can say what a Republican or Democrat never could get away with. Somewhere between fantasy and reality, between day and night. Twilight. That's it, the Twilight Zone. I'll be able to slip political commentary into sci-fi stories like The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street. Might really be about McCarthyite anti-communist paranoia instead of anti-space aliens. Or The Shelter has neighbors fighting against each other to get into one family's fallout shelter. It could really be about lynch mob mentality. Or Eye of the Beholder, the scene behind me, about a planet where their beauty turns out to be our ugliness. It's really about racism. After Twilight Zone and Night Gallery, I went on to write the first Planet of the Apes movie. It was based on a novel by Pierre Boulle, but I made up the ending where Charlton Heston sees a semi-demolished Statue of Liberty and realizes he's been on Earth the whole time, an Earth whose governments were blindly gung-ho to enter World War III. It was an ending right out of the Twilight Zone. I can rest in peace now, knowing I turned out okay. But if you turn on your television set late at night, you can still see me on reruns of the original Twilight Zone. Watch closely and listen carefully to every word. I may have something very important to tell you. Zoned Again, the Rod Serling story, was written and directed by Harry Wasserman, voices by Harry Wasserman and Andy Stone, and produced by Jenny Wasserman.